So I bought the new 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M2 Pro chip, and there's one thing that every reviewer missed. That is what we are going to talk about in this video. But before we start, let's talk about the good things about this laptop, because there are quite a few. First of all, this thing is incredibly thin for a Pro laptop. It's just one single fan. It has 2 Thunderbolt ports, which is not bad at all. It's also incredibly powerful. I've been using this laptop for quite a few days now, and I am absolutely in love with it. In fact, it's even more powerful than my 16-inch MacBook Pro from 2019, which I will be selling because this one just makes way more sense. Also, this is the first time when Apple has put a fingerprint reader on a MacBook, and it's so much better than the Touch Bar also. The keyboard is incredible. Like, I cannot get enough of this keyboard. It's just awesome. And I also like the speakers a lot. They sound really, really good. And the screen, of course, is also amazing. This is a mini LED panel with 1000 nits of brightness. So if you are planning to buy either of the new MacBooks, I would highly recommend getting the 14-inch model because it is just as powerful as the 16-inch, but it's thinner and lighter and also cheaper. There are 3 different finishes available. You can pick between silver, space gray, and this gold one, which is called Starlight. Personally, I like the space gray one the most, but I went with the Starlight because I thought it would look cooler on camera. Well, I was wrong. Anyway, my bad. Okay? So let's talk about the hidden side of these new MacBooks. Because there is one thing that Apple did that I think is quite questionable. So you see this gold color here? It looks pretty cool, right? It's definitely not boring like the silver or space gray. But the problem is, when you actually use this laptop and you open up an app, almost every app has a sidebar. For example, in Photos, you have these albums here. In Messages, you also have the same sidebar. Same with Safari and Mail, and pretty much every app has this sidebar. And guess what color they are? They are all gray, which makes the gray apps stand out way too much compared to the gold frame. For example, on the silver or space gray models, the apps blend in with the frame. You don't really notice them. But on this Starlight color, the apps literally pop out. And I'm not the only one that noticed this. Some people actually made fun of me because of this. They said, "Hey, why do you have a gold MacBook? It's like a MacBook made for grandmas." I was like, yeah, I know. But the truth is, this gold color does look pretty cool until you realize how many gray apps there are on Mac OS. For example, even the Finder window has this sidebar. If you open up multiple windows, then it becomes pretty hard to find the one you want because they all sort of look the same. And let's say you finally found the app you were looking for. Now you try to open another one, but which one is which? I mean, you can tell the difference, but it's kind of hard. And if you have a lot of apps open, then it starts to look pretty messy. And this is where the new color scheme comes into play. On older versions of macOS, the sidebars were white, which looked great on dark mode. But with the new Ventura update, Apple changed every sidebar to be gray, which looks great on light mode. But on dark mode, well, it doesn't look that great. Luckily, there is a fix for this. And there is a free app called App Camp, which lets you change the sidebar color to whatever you want. And since we have a gold MacBook, we should probably set the sidebar to gold as well. And now, everything looks so much better. All the apps match the frame. The only problem is that this is not a native solution. We have to use an app to fix something that Apple broke. So my conclusion is that the new gold color looks great until you open up an app. So if you are planning to buy this new MacBook, I would suggest going with the space gray color because that one looks way better. And the silver one is also fine. With that being said, stay tuned for more videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.